Moving forward, now I would like to welcome Ashish Bajaj, Head of Marketing, MediBuddy, who will be sharing his opinion on how digital healthcare platforms can create long-lasting engagement with customers. Over to you, sir.
I am Ashish Bajaj, Head of Marketing at MediBuddy, and I'm here to talk about how digital healthcare platforms can create long-lasting engagement with their consumers. Before jumping right away into digital healthcare platform, I think it's important to understand that any kind of platform that needs to build long-lasting engagement with their consumers, the first and most important thing is how is my product and services talking to my consumer. So is it adding value in their lives is the most important factor when we are talking about long lasting engagement with our consumers. And that's very much true for even the digital healthcare platforms. Apart from that, apart from having the best possible services or products for the consumers and having a very high use case in their lives, it's important that the users who are coming onto my platform, we have a good engagement strategy and content creation for the consumers. So basically, if we talk into the digital healthcare domain itself, I'll say in-app messaging or on the platform messaging plays a very important role. Post your services and product have hooked the consumer. Now, when I'm coming to the platform, it's important that the platform provides me the right information. The platform tells me more about the testimonies or about the blogs related to what I am looking for answers onto the platform when I've come. That usually builds a very long-standing relationship with the consumers, or I'll say a long-term engagement with the consumers. Apart from that, it's important that not only your consumer will come and or follow you onto your own platforms. There are numerous other ways that a consumer can be linked to a brand. Now, when we come to digital healthcare, they might be following on your social media. They might be looking at information that are outside of your domain, but are still provided or has a stamp of trust of the brand as well. So you need to then talk to them in the language they understand, given the point that which media channel they are consuming you. So for example, if you pick up social media, Reels is one of the biggest examples of very high engagement with brands. Of course, it's an upcoming platform. All the brands are looking at how to, efficiently make the best out of the channel. But if I'm coming there as a consumer, I have a very different output in terms of content. I'm looking at a very, very short format content in terms of answers for the problems, or in our case, digital healthcare, I'm looking at right kind of quick information about any of my diseases or patient issues. Overall, when you have to build a long lasting relationship with your consumers, content is always the king, and it basically helps you connect with the consumer at multiple touch points and at too many layers of a consumer mindset, right? So from there, like I give you an example, during the COVID wave, between the COVID wave 1 and 2, we did spoke to a lot of our consumers in terms of what is going on in their life in general. We also saw a lot of mental health issues coming up. So our counselors were also constantly talking to their patients. But from an output point of view, from an understanding of what's happening with consumers, came out to be that, of course, everyone is confined at their home. And everyone has aspirations of how we used to live life earlier and we want to live now. So we built up a campaign, a beautiful campaign, which helped, which we termed as Fight for Freedom. And we contemplated it with saying that how our ancestors or freedom fighters fought for our freedom in 1947 for our independence. And many years before that, the uprising happened. And taking a cue from there, we thought it's the right time to educate people, saying that of course this is a fight for our freedom, both from a point of view of fighting from COVID, but also that we were now confined within the four walls of our home, and we were not able to go out. We picked up topics like that we used to play over the weekend with our friends, couple getting married, or we saluted the delivery guys who were actually taking all the risk and coming and delivering your groceries or food to you. So that becomes a very interesting take in terms of how you listen to what your consumers are going through, basically understanding their current environmental needs, and if we can build a content level platform, or content basically in terms of connecting with them, and it can be delivered to them through multiple channels, then not only through your app, but through your social media, through friends and families. So this becomes very important for any platform, any digital platform, and it was equally important for us. So we did saw a lot of movement in terms of engagement, not only views. People were sharing it, people were engaging with it, and they were creating their own content around it. Moving on, not only from a content point of view, it's very, very important to add human touch as well. Now, say for instance, in the entire patient journey, if we are helping out the consumers in terms of their smallest of queries, of course, a chatbot can easily do those things for you, because you already have a repository of FAQs, which usually to a dependent issue, what are the kind of first level questions that people ask or patients ask. But we believe that human touch actually solves the best in any case, in terms of when a person has a lot of queries in their mind. And when it comes to healthcare, it is we feel that it's most important that there is a human touch with the patient or the patient's family. This allows you to build trust with the consumer as well, or the patient as well, and it usually gives the right kind of information, or at least gives a patient the point of saying that I am not now content in terms of my queries are now answered. On top of it, I feel above all of this, I feel maintaining consistency is the most important thing when you are working with a consumer in terms of having the lasting engagement. You pick up any brands who are now 100 years old or 80 years old into existence. What they have done correctly is maintaining consistency with how their outlook towards their consumer is, and how they think about what all we discussed about, being their product and services, being their content positioning, being their visibility on different channels. They maintain huge consistency in their messaging. And I feel these are some of the examples that we have tried at our end in terms of building a lasting engagement with our consumers. And I hope it helps everyone out there in terms of looking out for their own consumers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was very interesting.